Galactic Taz Ball. I have teased this cover art a lot. What the fuck is this shit? Feast your eyes on that. It's all gonna be downhill from this game, right? Now, this Taz is drawn after the one on the actual game. If you look at the European cover art, they fixed it for the European cover art. I mean, it's not good, but it's a lot better. This is way forward. But I'm worried that this game is just gonna be using the stylus to control Taz. I'm worried. I'm very worried about this game. I think it's gonna be horrible. And, you know, because it's gonna be horrible, we're gonna be... It credits 131 people? What the fuck? Oh, well, it's crediting people from sales at Warner Brothers. Who gives a shit? Yeah, more people that worked on Batman Brave and the Bold, like I've mentioned on the previous game. But yeah. I don't know what the game is gonna be like, but I doubt it's gonna be good. Like, let's look at the back of the box, see what it says. Spin across the galaxy. Look, it's that Taz back. Roll the Taz to spin... roll the Taz ball to spin Taz into a tornado. Yeah, it's gonna be shit. Zack in sales was pivotal to the success of this game. Success where... Twist and smash your way through 25 levels and escape Marvin's crazy contraptions. Is this like a top-down kind of game, but then it looks like it has a platform? I don't know what's gonna happen here. I just feel like controls are gonna be shit. And that Taz looks horrendous, it's also like 3D, so and it's Taz. It's also Taz. Alright, chat. I'm not gonna milk this too much. No reason to delay things. We're going in and... We're going in, like, whatever. It is what it is. Sooner we start, the sooner we get finished with it. Hello there, First World DF. Let's have high hopes for the Tasmanian Devil. LOL. That lol at the end. Yeah, high hopes for Taz. Yes, it is. That conductor game, that game was good. Alright. I'm starting the game, I'm starting the timer. And I might even look at the screen while I do it. It has Brazilian Portuguese. Specifically. It's using the controls here, actually. I was saying that I thought it was only gonna be like touchscreen based. My controller is not connecting. Hang on. Hang on. Gonna have to reconnect my controller. For some reason. Come on. There we go. Okay, I'm not gonna use my own language here, but it's so random, like... Right, this is the American release, so it has languages spoken in America. Brazil must love Taz. Not particularly, no. From what I've heard, there's a lot more like t-shirts with Taz on it in the United States. Anyway, English, let's go. I saw Taz running in the back. Oh, there he goes. Now that's a very lousy Taz Hurricane. Touch to start. Do I have to? What is this song doing? Is that what Taz does? He just... That Hurricane is very lazy. Okay, you have 3 files. Tear it off like a band-aid. I know. Select difficulty. Oh, we can choose to have fun, chat. Do we want fun? Okay, there is no default here because touch controls. I'm gonna put... Sounds like a good choice. I'm gonna put on the middle one, assuming that's the default difficulty. Do you want to learn how to play the game? No. Yes. This is Taz. You don't say. Use the stylus to roll the ball on the bottom of the screen. This makes Taz move. You try. Do I have to spin it faster to turn him into a tornado? Press any button to do a ground slam. Oh god, I have to... It's stylus and buttons. So I'll have to use the controller and the mouse. You heard some robots on Digs Up Treasure too. Give me the trackball controller. Then you'd have to map it somehow, right? I mean, if I knew how to do it, I have a Steam controller. If I knew how to do it in less than 5 minutes, I could set that one up for this. Right, that would be good, probably. Okay, next tutorial. Welcome to the underworld. Touch Taz with the stylus to make him walk. Really? Why not the... Why can't I use the D-pad? Yeah, you can't... Find a face button to keyboard key or mouse button. Slide the stylus to turn him around. What's wrong? There is a D-pad. Why can't he use a D-pad? This game is all about the touch control. Apparently yes, and that's fucked. Fucking hate gimmicky shit. Press L or R to search the underworld. Use control pad to look around. Oh, then you use the... Then you use the D-pad. Fuck. Touch red or yellow buttons on machines to turn them on and off. But only red and yellow buttons can be triggered. You have to pull it. Way to go, now you can control Taz in the underworld. Marvin's robots are everywhere. Tornado threw orange robots to destroy them. This is gonna be horrible. It already is. How do I have no idea how to click on the thing down here and look at the action up top at the same time. Rounds the lingering robots to destroy them. Be careful, if tornado walk into a green robot, Taz will get hurt. If it grounds an orange robot, it will get mad. Silver robots can't be hurt, don't let them touch you. I hit the microphone. Great work, now you can defeat Marvin's robots. So, orange is for spinning, green is for stomping, and gray is for nothing. There is more. Marvin's robots have built fences to keep Taz out. Tornado threw fences to destroy them. Did you really need a tutorial for this? Alright. Robopads. Whatever. Alright. You spring pass to jump across gaps. Taz must be a tornado to use turbine pads. Nicely done! Now you can overcome obstacles in the overworld. Main game. Look, it's Tasmania. No, Tess's voice is fine. His mouth farting and everything. Oh no, the world is now a jacked place. But there is a chicken leg in the distance. Well, that's gonna happen a lot. That's going to happen a lot.
Who are you?
Don't know
How did
where
you get
this
in here?
design
I'm
came
a
from.
locksmith.
From hell.
And I'm a locksmith.
XC, thank you for the follow. Enjoy the free modes. Ah, good lord. Yes. And of course it's horrible. I know that it's probably not as bad on the actual device, but I'm not willing to give Taz the benefit of the doubt. Ah, we're dead. Okay, that thing apparently is a checkpoint. It's an underground segment where you guide Taz, because that's fun. Look, we did nothing, we got a 1-up. I didn't do anything. We won! What if you had a box to escort? Fuck that. Thank you for the suggestion. I'm gonna tell the devs to shove it. I can't. I was trying to click the top screen. Also, the draw distance is kind of weird. The things keep popping up. Okay, checkpoint. And we died in the water. Stomping makes the orange ones mad. Another checkpoint. I mean, the game looks fine, at least. Oh. At least it's not punishing me too much by sliding off. I just clicked something else. That's gonna be a problem. Like, just dragging the mouse like this all the time is gonna fail a bunch. Okay, another underground segment. Let's see, do we play on this one or do we just watch? Oh, I can turn these, okay. This is gonna get so annoyingly tricky later. You can already tell where we have to keep switching in quickly, but the controls here are gonna be impossible. I mean, it's functional. It's kind of... Problem is, like, I want to claim that it's original and interesting, but it's a gimmick with a fucking stylus, and I hate this shit. Not saying it's objectively bad, I'm saying it's the kind of shit I hate. I will never play this game out of my own volition. With the boxes! The controls do not translate to the PC. Yeah, but you know, even on a DS I wouldn't, like... If I tried to play this on my DS I would be like, why can't I use the D-pad? Just let me use the D-pad. Have one of the buttons use the spin. That's it. That's a better game, immediately. It's not even because of PC controls, like on the DS I would prefer to just... No, anything you press. I try to use the D-pad, he does that. You think that about all trackball games? Yeah, like... You have to tornado over the water. Again, I keep clicking off the window. Because of course I do. What? Was that the boss? Oh, that was the boss. arcade Sonic game where he runs, I have to spin the trackball in the right direction. It's fine as a novelty. You go to the arcade, you try that once, and you're like, yeah, I played it, was interesting. And then you move on with your life. You don't buy a cartridge, you don't buy a game, you don't spend your hard-earned money on something like this. For me, for my preferences, like, maybe some of you do enjoy this kind of stuff. How do I know? It doesn't change anything for having finished it. Like, I know there is a time so I can click to check, but... Also the fact that it still uses the controller even though it's mostly stylus driven. It's like pick a lane. So I have to hold the controller in my hand just so I can stomp sometimes. And because they have a bunch of hidden items, it feels like it's meant to be exploration based. I have a hard time keeping the mouse constricted to that. Constricted to this trackball area. I keep clicking off the emulator window as well. I think we're getting extra lives by collecting shit. Tez's one weakness: water and falling from gate heights and delivery boxes. Like, I kind of like the overall, like that puzzliness down there. That is kind of okay on the actual device. Right, the trackball is just dumb. But that puzzly nature of the touchscreen on the underground levels, that part of the game is okay on the device. This part here is just too annoying. Hopefully I don't have to blow test. Yeah, I've been worried about having to blow test this entire retrospective. Yes. Shit. Stopping him is not trivial, to say the least. Like, if I want to stop him, I can't just hold the ball, which is what you would do with an actual trackball, right? Because of the mic don't... Yeah, no, that's the reason, yes. I would love to blow test if the microphone was working. And you know, I'm kind of wanting to get those items just to accumulate extra lives. In case it's... Okay, that's where it is. Don't clip that. I'm not gonna ask for things that I can't get. Did I want to be up there? Probably, okay. Yeah, you can reset here, whatever. That was actually faster. Oh, that's one way to stop him. Just do the stomp. Alright, maybe it's actually intended for you to use it like that. Like you need to stop him, you just stomp. Problem is, like, this is the easy part of the game. It's gonna get a lot worse. So the concert conductor game for £2 on eBay. That's something that I've mentioned before. In general, if you look at a game, especially outside of the 90s, and it says Looney Tunes on the cover, you're going to assume it's shit because it's a licensed game. And there were plenty of games that we played where I literally said this game was hurt by the license. If it didn't have the Looney Tunes licensing there and it was just like some original IP, it might have gotten more attention. People just assumed it was licensed crap, as we often do, and they ignored it. Of course, Cartoon Conductor doesn't work too well without the license. It's just an Elite Beat Agents clone with no quality of its own. The FE1 is £6, boxed complete. Interesting. That game is more well liked for what it is. Hello there, Musifate. Yes, that's gaming. But at this point, you look at the GBA and you look at the DS and you see a Looney Tunes game, you're gonna assume it's shovelware. So, you know, even if the game is good, it's not gonna attract a lot of attention. Like I've said, like, yeah, we're...
Ranger.
Like I've said, I'm playing through games that I would never have given the time of day, thanks to the retrospective. Which is good, we explore shit. It's fun. But then you have to deal with tests. Okay, stop moving. Then try to move. Grab that. That's what, an extra life maybe? I can't jump, I tried to jump. Wii games even more so. Yeah, both the Wii and the DS had a lot of stuff that was not for gamers, quote unquote, on it. You know, back then they talked a lot about the core gamer and how Xbox 360 and PS3 games were meant for those, and then casual gamers, or whatever people wanted to talk about, were drawn to the Wii and the DS. So, which is one of the reasons why there's so much gimmicky stuff here, because it attracts people that are not too much into games. Oh, you can actually throw a bowling ball. Right. But it does mean that the prices of the games, that people will ignore a lot of those just because, yeah, they're like... The amount of classics that people love on something like the SNES or the PS1 or PS2 or PS3 compared to something like the Wii, like the Wii is gonna suffer from that. There are plenty of amazing games on the Wii, but they're more easily ignorable because of that stuff. You gave your friend a DS card about stopping smoking that you got for 50. It didn't work. You can name 3 Wii games offhand. I played a lot of Wii games. And I have a lot of favorites. There are many good games there that no one remembers. That people would normally ignore. Hello there, Leffily. The card worked, but he still smokes. Then does it work? Problem with the Wii is that if you start going for like, oh, let me see, Wii Play, Wii Music, Wii Fit, or you go to the DS and you look at brain training, it's going to sour your expectations for the rest of the console. There is a lot of quirky, fun stuff there. We're talking a lot about Rhythm Heaven yesterday. Rhythm Heaven Fever for the Wii is amazing. Doesn't need to be on the Wii, but it happens to be on the Wii. There is that Cheer and the Wanderer remake on the DS that is phenomenal. Zack and Wild, I think it was called, is like this 3D adventure game full of puzzles for the Wii that is a lot of fun. Wario Land Shake It looks and plays amazing. There's a lot of really fun stuff in there. But it's buried under a pile of shitty ports and gimmicky crap. I liked the remake of A Boy and His Blob on the Wii. Was very decent. And it was a 2D game. 2D games look amazing on the Wii. The vast majority of 2D games on the Wii are fantastic. World of Go. Was it called World of Go? The Wii version is quite good to play by... Well, it's not better than using a mouse cursor, but it's better than playing on another one of the consoles. The Manhunt version of the Wii was more violent. The Wii version of Bully was better. Resident Evil 4 on the Wii was very good as well. World of Go. World of Goats? No, World of Go. It's available on Steam. And yes, the PC version is technically better. I'm saying the Wii version is better than... I think that game probably came out on the PS3 and the 360. Because of controls, it has to work better on the Wii. I think I beat it on the Wii, actually. Very early indie game, yes. The devs that made that game made a bunch of other games on Steam. That are all, like, quirky nature. There are some other games that were available on multiple systems that work very well on the Wii. 2D games like Sonic 4 and Mega Man 9. Those games, they're perfect on the Wii. You have all the resolution that you need and the controls are more than fine. Because, you don't have a lot of buttons so you can hold the controller sideways. I always loved games on the Wii that you held the controller sideways. What is Taz's mission this time? There is a Martian invasion and he wants food. Those things are not... I don't know how they are related. I assume they are related, but I don't know how. Classic tale, yes. What is the point of that? Okay, there's a checkpoint here. Ignore that. If it is for completion, I don't care. Back here, but there was a checkpoint there. Yeah, this control is so freaking annoying, man. It's the worst controller scheme I can think of. It's a trackball driven by a stylus. Who greenlit this? Just realize how it works. Yeah, it's a trackball controlled as... And then you move the trackball, the Martian invasion, let's bash those aliens. I guess on our way to food. Is he wearing VR goggles? On the underground sections they put a helmet on him and he can't see, so you have to guide him. Using the stylus. You can't... In platforming segments you can't use a D-pad. You... That sounds like a shame. Yeah. Okay, so each world has 5 stages, which is this stuff up here, I presume. We have 14 Tezes and 41 coins. We can go to a different world. If I back, it goes to the main menu. It's called main menu. We can replay the tutorial, or it is in extras. Oh, you have to do... You need to get more things or get a better time to unlock extras. Alright. Alright, we're ignoring all of that. It's fine. 5 worlds, 25 stages. Going for 100%. Sounds like a shit Monkey Ball. And I'm not a fan of Monkey Ball. Honestly, it's kind of better than Monkey Ball. Input controls notwithstanding. Like, the controls are shit, but I don't like Monkey Ball's, like, what's the name of that irritating stick game? That kind of gameplay doesn't jive with me, never has. This one is better than that because you can stop your movement on a dime. And you are just doing regular platforming and not that jack shit that people doing Monkey Ball games. How can I not like Monkey Ball? I don't know, I played... I think I played the Wii one. Input was perfect, like you hold the controller and you tilt it. I think it's difficult for Monkey Ball to control better than that. And I hated it, it's just like... the game. Snake Rattle and Roll. Yeah, no, that game and Marble Madness, I hate that kind of game. Only play on the GameCube with an analog stick. Well, you know, if you have access to a Wiimote and you like Monkey Ball, the Wii version is pretty good if you like that stuff, because you just balance the stick. I think it has, because of the range of movement, it works better than on a regular joystick. Ah, these guys don't like being stomped on, I forgot. Also, you know, if you look at first-party stuff on the Wii, it's also pretty decent. Like, you have... I clicked outside of the... It's a problem with this game. Like, Skyward Sword has the best dungeons of any 3D Zelda game that I've ever played. The Metroid Prime trilogy is very good on it. Punch-Out, the Wii version of Punch-Out, is a lot of fun. Smash Bros. Brawl, I think it is. Like, that Subspace Emissary campaign is very fun as well. It's better than the campaign they had in the Switch Smash Bros. Brothers, I don't know. Oh, did I destroy the checkpoint? Or is that not a checkpoint? I think that's not a checkpoint. I think this is just buried item that I have been ignoring. Yeah, I know I ignored that, but it's... I forget that's not a jump! You can't jump. I have to turn him around and then do this. No. That way. Okay, stop. No. What? That Kirby game that was on the Wii, don't remember which one it was very good to play with friends as well. It's very forgiving, yes. And that's a thing with modern games like this. This is on medium difficulty, by the way. I think if you want to switch to easy, you'll have to restart the game from scratch. So I hope that's not a problem. This thing... No, you don't stomp on that. Epic Yarn... No, Epic Yarn is Wii U, isn't it? No, isn't Epic... No, Epic Yarn is Yoshi. Right? And that one is still stuck on the Wii U. There are two Yoshi games on the Wii U. One was moved to the Switch, the other is stuck back there. I can never remember the names of the Kirby games. It's all Superstar something. Epic Yarn is Wii Kirby. Canvas Curse. No, there is a Wii on... There is a Wii on the Kirby. Hang on. Yes, Epic Yarn... Return to Dreamland is the one I meant. That Kirby Dream Collection on the Wii was also a very good deal at the time if you didn't have those consoles. Yeah, no, though Yoshi has a game that's still on the Wii U. I might have messed up with one is Woolly World, but there is another, right? But I mix those games up a lot. Shit. It's funny that you don't... shit, I shouldn't. Okay, whatever. Crafted World, thank you. Yeah, it's Woolly and Crafted. Again, I keep messing this up. Yeah, one of those is on the Switch and the other is stuck on the Wii U. Those game names are confusing, I agree. I keep messing those up. Also, if you like Kirby and you like Monkey Ball, there is a GBA game with Kirby where you have to... It has a gyroscope. It's not gyroscope. Is it gyroscope? I think it is gyroscope. There is a gyroscope inside the cartridge and you tilt the console to move Kirby around. You can actually emulate that pretty well. Game looks like kind of fun. Tilt and tumble, that one. Yoli's Wooly crafted the Iron Cake, Fire Island, World Land, Super Adventure. Only one of those words is fake. A card that he imported from Japan, nice. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can run an emulator on the... I don't know if the DS would work for that. I know the 3DS does work for that, and then you can play the game using the gyroscope. Or you can use I'm sure you can use an emulator and use the analog stick, but I think it's just better if you can tilt the device. Yeah, if you have one of those portable Android devices, I'm sure it supports the gyroscope there as well. Did you guys know that just a few years back they came up with a Virtual Boy emulator on the 3DS that actually does the stereo view properly? It wasn't there when I wanted to play Wario Land. Wario Land for the Virtual Boy is so fucking fun. Wario Land games are pretty fun. Okay, this is the end of the stage. One of these has the thing. Probably. There we go. Kirby's Crack House. That one is stuck on my Wii or something. Insert joke here. Yeah, no, Wario Virtual Boy. It's the best game on the system. Out of all the 12, 13 games on the system, it's the best one. I played through Mario Tennis on the Virtual Boy. It's a pile of nothing. It's absolutely nothing. There are tennis games on the Atari 2600 that are more engaging than that. It's literally just, oh look, it's 3D. It's not a bad game, it's functional, but that's it. You want a tennis game, here you go. Why does it even have Mario characters in it? The only thing it has is like, if you hit the ball at a certain time, it makes a fancy sound. I think that's all it does. Super Tennis on SNES was great. You know what is a sports game that I freaking loved on the SNES? But I don't know, I tried to play it recently, it didn't feel as fun as it did when I was a kid, I don't know. It is this... I can always find it when I look for it, but I can never remember the name. It's this volleyball game that is like a sideways view. And it had a mode where you played as robots. It was like literally a side-scrolling volleyball game. I played a lot of that when I was a kid. You can't wear the... You can! Who's stopping you? There is no Virtual Boy police to stop you. Yeah, I did see the collectible there, I don't care. Like Windjammers? No, I think is Windjammers... No, it's not like Windjammers. It's a side-scrolling view. It's literally from the side. You just see the floor and the net, and then the players. This is the final test down. The music in this game is not. What do you mean learn more? What do you... Twitch wants me... Chat. Twitch wants me to roll an ad. You just sent me a warning. You should have an ad. Do you guys want me to roll an ad? I can roll an ad if you like. Do you guys like ads? Roll it, baby, you got turbo. I got turbo too. It's how I support, because I can't afford turbo. I can't afford to subscribe every streamer I like. So I get turbo so they get more money from me. Which does matter, it adds up. Wait. Okay, this was... Okay, fun. Turbo 2. You only watch Twitch for the ads. You need a special turbo for that, I think. Roll a joint. Don't beat the game while the ad is on. I don't think we're in any risk of beating this game anytime soon. Like, that flickering... Like, look, one of the reasons you do a 45-degree angle view like this is that you don't have a problem usually with rendering distance, right? You just load the blocks around the camera and it's usually not a lot. Like on a game like Diablo, that's like very free in terms of performance. The fact that they have this kind of draw distance issue here is just... I don't think it's a performance issue, I think it was a lazy issue. It's a very shameful display, yes. Virtual Boy is made only for bending forward, sticking your face into hurting your back and your eyes. That's very specific. I'm glad to have specialized hardware for all of that. Imagine trying to do all of that with unspecialized hardware. It does come with a stand, yes. So get to the edge, stomp, get to the edge, stomp, get to the edge. You can't jump. You can't jump forward, so you can't jump. Imagine jumping between platforms, chat. What a novel idea. They should make a game that has that. Optimus Disappointment Simulator. You know, they should... I know they have adjustable lenses on VR headsets. I wonder how much more hardware they have to cram in to actually make the VR headset measure your eyesight and provide a prescription for you. No, I wouldn't call this good. I mean, it's hard to judge. Maybe it's better on the actual device with proper controls. Right here is just miserable. It's a bit nothingness, you know. We just go through the stage and we hope it ends. I like the underground segments. It's better than half the test games. Someday we'll be able to jump between platforms. It's gonna be very modern. You're very generous with the one-ups. Yeah, if you look at from that perspective, First World, Dwarf Fortress, if you look from that perspective, this game is way better than I expected. Like, the controls are shit, the game itself is kind of okay. Honestly, as for test games, it is one of the better ones. If it wasn't as generous as it is with attempts and lives and everything, then I would have a problem with it. The fact that you stomp on the moving platform and you don't move from the moving platform is such a civilized... What? What happened? I took damage, I died. I think this thing is squishing me against the ground. I clicked out of the window again. I just selected all the text on Twitch chat while I was dragging the mouse. It's so difficult to keep my mouse locked in there. Posted a picture on Discord how to play the Virtual Boy. I've seen people play like that. Yes. Honestly, I don't know, man. I have trouble. I don't play the Switch portable. I have trouble holding the Switch in a position that is comfortable. That kind of goes for every single portable console I've ever tried to play. It's always awkward in my hands. We destroyed a helicopter, go Taz. So very cancelled in GameCon. You know, that's a retrospective that I have considered doing. There is like 20-something total GameCon games, and I think they're all emulated. I'm curious to play Duke Nukem 3D on it. I could do a retrospective of that. It would be all black and white. Oh, this might be the end. It is. The Switch cramps your hands, the syntax is comfy though. Yeah, the Switch is a bit too thin, so you have to hold it like a bit annoyingly. No, it's not confirmed. It's very low on my list of retrospectives. It's there, I've written it down, but it's low there. Not gonna do another retrospective this year. And when I do, it's not gonna be that one. I have others that I would prefer. The DS, I think my most comfortable DS is a 3DS XL new, because it has curved, rounded borders underneath, so it doesn't eat into your finger. Because it's not top heavy. That helps too, yes. I have a game called a lot of games. Already had enough of it. No one here... Oh, boss stage is enabled. I wonder if we do the boss stage, can we skip level 5? Because these levels are all the same. Let's look at the boss. There are no cinematics on the stages or anything. Oh, it's Marvin himself. Did I hit it? No, I think I took that. What is that music? It did a, the music did a weird thing. I got hit by... How is the final test? Not the worst. But the controls are shit. Use the stylus to run a trackball. Instead of using something reasonable like the D-pad. What is that? You'll be buried 20 levels later. Ah, the game is gonna get annoying. I don't...
You've made me very angry.
That's a good Marvin model. There's a good Marvin model for the DS. Yeah, you can skip... Alright, we're doing the boss fight as soon as possible. We don't have to do all the stages, that's fine. The test noises are always appreciated, yes. We must much better and the levels are harder and more irritating. Yeah, it's gonna be a swell. I'm gonna pause the timer. I need to hit the bathroom. I'll be right back. I'm back. The third levels, that's a very, very good point on the hearts. And because we have boss fights where we're losing health, that's probably a good idea. Thank you for the suggestion. I am going to do this stage because we probably could use the extra hearts. Just for computer games to video games was tough enough. There is an ad for King's Quest talking shit about consoles, saying that PC games have a lot more data, and that's all that matters, right? No, even not just for science, I think this game is gonna get very difficult later. So I want to like improve my chances here. I personally prefer games with lots of data. I don't know, man. These days they are... Okay. These days they're making those games that are like uncompressed audio data for 500 years. And then it's like 1 trillion gigabytes. And it's... Like those, one of those Call of Duty games where it takes half a PS5's hard drive. So you don't have space for other games, which is probably on purpose. So data for the sake of data. Like there is a truckload of content because it's procedural, most of it. There is a truckload of content on No Man's Sky. And the game is like 20 gigs or something. They were talking shit about console games, they were mostly in the computer game market. Yeah, but computer games, like computer gaming is as much as we would like to believe otherwise, it is still mostly a niche thing. Like buying games on Steam is kind of a quote-unquote niche thing. Nerds play computer games, yeah. Oh, I am a nerd, I know that. I never... Like, and I know that vacuum cleaning the kid was a Hoover. I think I've heard of that. 25! Speaking of nerds, someone really freaking likes watching this stream with the name guy. Congratulations on the 25 streams streak. Like, when I was doing my... Okay, I didn't do anything. I wasn't even... when I was doing my master's degree, I was on one of these classes about like computer graphics or something. And we're talking about writing shaders and colors and stuff like that. And the teacher was like going to talk about diffraction or refraction. And he asked like, okay, you guys know how a rainbow works, right? And I, yeah, no, rainbow and like, timer, forgot the timer. And I was like, yeah, rainbow, like, brief summary of how a rainbow works. And he's like, yeah, right. And then he goes to move on. And then this other student who has been apparently annoyed that I happen to know shit literally stops the class and says, teacher, how the fuck does Copert know everything? And of course the teacher was like, what the fuck are you talking about? So the teacher just shrugged and said, well, he's a nerd. That's it, no argument there. Copper pours water on the hard drive to make shaders. That's not how it works. I was half decent at writing computer shaders. Computer shaders. You know, computer graphic shaders. Like, I worked on this one game for mobile that was 3D and they needed a truckload of different visual effects for different power-ups that they would sell on the shop. I'm glad I'm out of the market, of the business. And I was the only one in either team that knew anything about shaders to do that. At least for my groups of work, it was kind of a specialized knowledge. Ste's a nerd by Australian standards. I doubt it. He's not articulate enough to be a nerd. This is a vacuum. What about magnets? How do they work? That's a mystery. Okay, it does show a full heart up here on the top left. Does that mean we have it? We'll see. Didn't do any fanfare or anything. Yeah, we do have 4 hearts now. So the other student was a dumb fuck. They were... What is this song? They were, because I remember hearing my teachers talking among themselves, and this other student was enrolled into the master's program because they had a letter of recommendation from another institution. And I remember hearing my teachers talking like, I want to meet the guy who wrote this piece of shit, a letter of recommendation. What the fuck were they thinking? Same love only. Yes. I should have written my thesis on that. Man, the instrument choice on these songs could have been better. Okay, I'm just skipping the stage, that's not illegal. It's perfectly okay to just do this, chat. Look, we even got an extra life for doing it. I think we got 2, actually. There we go. For a family member, someone who pitied them. I think it's the second option, I think. Okay, got an extra life. I think it was a student that actually put in the effort but was not very bright. You know, the kind of student that is always around the teachers and is always asking questions but doesn't actually know how to reason. I think that's what kind of student they were. I did get a new heart, yes. Thank you for the suggestion. He's a crackhead. Yeah, because of that, he's not a nerd. You think I'm gonna get 99 lives by the end? It's 5 worlds? I got 20 lives in 1 world? Probably not. I mean... I might. But I'm sure I'm gonna start dying on later stages. Although falling off the platform doesn't cost you a life. Oh, I killed the thing because the thing followed me. Oh no, it's back. Taz smokes, don't believe it, he's a healthy devil. The crack is in his heart. He doesn't need an external source. Pretty straightforward basic game if you didn't have the gimmick. Yes! I think they could have made the platforming and the battling more interesting if they didn't have the gimmick.
Here we go, pal. I hope it's the right apartment, Michael.
So do I. Because of the gimmick, they have to keep it straightforward, otherwise it gets too difficult. Zolfair, thank you so much for the 17-month sub, my friend. That's a lot of support. That and all the other stuff. Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate it. Enjoy the ad previewing and the emotes. He snorts and eats it. Yeah, there's no time to smoke it when it's already eaten, right? Oh, there is more stage. I thought this might have been the end. I mean, you know, the game is functional. I'm sure it's not annoying on the device. I don't appreciate the gimmick, I never do. And because of it, because my ranking is a personal scoring system, right? If a game is too heavy on gimmicks, personally I don't like it. The draw distance is a bit jacked as well. Okay, this is the end. But it isn't a bad game. I said it, chat. It's a test game and it's not bad. It's a game, it's functional, it works. If I look at my ranking, and I start looking at test games in my ranking, Escape from Mars. Okay, this game is not as good as Escape from Mars. Escape from Mars was more interesting. Right, Munching Madness. No, Munching Madness was more interesting. This game is not bad, but it's not interesting. Taz Wanted? This game is better than Taz Wanted. So this game, I'm already ranking it. It's somewhere between Taz Wanted and Munching Madness. Yeah. So it's on the lower half of the rankings, but you know, it's within reason. Who are you? What have you done with Copert? You could see it being fun on real hardware. Yeah, I'm ranking it based on my experience, and I'm giving it just a little bit of leeway on that. It might be a lot more fun on actual hardware. Although, like, look, when it comes to the stylus, this goes for the DS, the 3DS, and the Wii U. All systems use a stylus. Using the stylus is one thing. Using the stylus to drag, I don't like it. Because the amount of pressure that you're gonna put in is not consistent, because those are not... They are capacitive. One is capacitive, the other is resistive. And one is the one we have on modern phones. The ones on the DS are those that you have to press down to make contact. So you have to keep a constant pressure as you drag the cursor, the stylus. I don't like that. I think that's a bad use of the stylus in general. Any game that's heavily focused on dragging the stylus, I prefer it less than just touching with the stylus. So if you have a game like, you know, Professor Layton games, those have a few puzzles that involve dragging, but it's mostly just touching. Resistive, right, resistive is those ones. Alright, thank you for clarification. So I don't like the dragging, because it's very easy, and it's a problem that I've always had, to be dragging with the stylus and losing the thread in the middle, because you're not applying constant pressure, because I don't want to damage the screen. So I press just as little as possible. When it's tapping, it's fine, you tap. The Switch, yeah, the Switch is a modern device where they use capacitive screens, where it forms a circuit with a conductive thing on the screen, usually a finger. Sausages also work. Have I had a problem with press too hard? Yeah, no. It's a me problem, I can own up to that. I remember this one mini game on Nintendo Land for the Wii U that had you drag across the screen to throw shurikens or arrows or something. And I remember it really made me uncomfortable to be dragging on the screen of the pad. Because they kept saying back then that they would figure out a way to sell you an extra pad, and I wanted one just for safety, to have as a backup. But because the console failed before, they never moved on with those plans, I don't think. So if you want a new pad, you just have to get a new console. Don't recall long drags. Kind of nails on chalkboard uncomfortableness. No. Also because the nails on the chalkboard thing, I never got it. Why do people care? It's because it's a weird noise? Never did anything for me. Like screech, I'm like, what? You hate the noise. Yeah, I was never bothered by it. And people would be, you scratch this chalkboard, the noise, and that doesn't affect me. Send shivers up your spine. Are you a large language model, Alex Murphy? They love to use that expression as part of their slop. Did you help train them? Just saying, it's a very famous slop they do when writing stories. Very common in literature. Yeah, probably. It's not like Murphy 86 or 87 model. Yeah, you know what? That's the funny thing, right? The idea of Alex Murphy running a large language model for communication is not out of character. I have to spin. There we go. If they had large language models at the time, maybe they wouldn't need to put a person's brain in there. Yeah. Of course, hitting the things with the mouse is harder. True, but the best AI they had was ED209. Yeah. But that was an actual AI. Right. There's a difference. A large language model is autocomplete on crack. An AI is a bunch of if-else statements. There is a difference. By an Indian call center. I'd watch that spoof. ED209 comes up to you and is like, "Sir, if you want to stop the Robocop, you must buy an iTunes gift card." Does that work as a joke? Is it offensive? I hope it isn't. Shit. This song is... these instruments... Shit. There was a... fanfare at getting an extra life and then I dropped and then it cancelled. Shit. It's hard to keep the mouse within the limits of the trackball. One thing worse than the Indian scam call centers than the actual Indian call centers. Well, it's not a problem for us. There's no way they are... Ah, shit. It's one of these. There's no way they're cheaper than actual Brazilians. And I don't think you can find a lot of Indians that speak Portuguese. So I know of the issue, but I have no contact with it. The horns... Yeah, no, the music is not bad. Oh! We have already unlocked level 5. Which means that you can unlock it faster by probably getting the golden kiwis on the stages. Because we got 3. So you can probably speedrun the game by getting all the kiwis on the first and second stage of each world. You can probably beat the game by playing only 10 stages plus boss fights. You passed things over to them and they were useless. They weren't useless, they were disinterested. There is a difference. I mean, if I'm like, if I say I live in Brazil, right, and I am hired to work as a call center for Americans or some other rich folk elsewhere, perceive this reach at least. And they call up to fix a problem with their computer. I'm gonna be, sir, have you tried to turn it back on, off and back on again? I have it, it's not fixed yet. I'm going to send you to my supervisor. That's it, that will be my entire day. Oh, apparently I got, but there was an extra life, I think. Okay, I had to stop myself there before I hit the gray robot. Gray robots cannot be killed. Oh, you can push him into the screen and he dies. Okay, that's for a Kiwi. I don't think I don't think I care enough to keep dying like that. I only have one more health, so let me keep going. Yeah, there we go. Zero extra lives because you only need one or two. Yeah, we have 31 extra lives. When it makes that sound, that means you got an extra life. It's usually from getting an item or getting 71 golden thingies. Have I played this game through first world? I have. I did all 5 stages on the first world, which is why I have 4 hearts. Oh, you're asking if first world's Floor Fortress played. Sorry, I thought you were asking if I played through the first world of the game. Yeah. Sorry. I waited for you to start typing that before. I have to be spinning for that. I forgot. Yeah, I rated Captain Clever the other day, and someone started to say something, and I completed it before they did. Like, I answered before. Yeah, no, I was gonna ask that. And I'm like, no, don't worry, that happens a lot. And Zofair is there, and yep, it does. Oh, that sound is also for the Kiwis. It's not just for extra lives, okay. I clicked elsewhere. God damn. I'm having trouble here. If it wasn't obvious. This interface is not good for this. Ah, shit. Sometimes I'm on a roll, pun intended. Sometimes it just breaks for me a little bit. Yes, that is where I want to be. If I could roll on the top screen, that would be a lot easier. Of course, it's... Anyone here has a DS, and I clicked off screen again, and did what I did, which was trying to touch the top screen sometimes. I did that from time to time because I'm dumb. Very funny, yes. Okay, end of stage. He's dead and happy! Don't think I ever did that. I have done that a few times. Or I'm like playing the game. Oh, but here. Oh no, this screen doesn't work. Sometimes you try to touch the top screen. Okay, so it's 50-50 apparently. Well, we got a bunch of kills there and didn't unlock the boss. So maybe it's not related. No. I like how it says load this level instead of play this level. It's so technical. Different music. Another life. Yeah, no, that little sound is for the kill. The life sound is different. What is this song doing? Do they know what sounds go together to make a music? I feel like sometimes they just try whatever and they don't realize it doesn't work and leave it there. It's no train horns and Morse code, but Warriors of the Lost Death. Okay, how do I shoot? Oh, here. Ah, no. I have to flip that. No, this... If the game was just this, it would probably be better. The other segments are kind of nothingness. This one is more. These ones are more engaging. I want to get that extra life. I only have 33.
Because your moves are weak, babe. Okay? Yeah, your moves are weak.
Maybe, but I just got it. I can blame the input as much as I'd like. Yeah, this song starts so well. Another extra life. Good. I needed it. I think this song does this. You know, at least it's a test game where you spin. And there is no charge bar for the spinning. It doesn't cost you health. It doesn't make you uncontrollable. Some of the best spinning we've had in a test game. I would even argue that on an actual device it might actually feel good to spin. But then yes, all this time, all this retrospective, we haven't found something worse than that yet. I would think the worst game of the retrospective was so close to the start. And I don't think we are getting anything worse. I don't know if it's possible. We played a Tomb Raider game that was converted from phone, had a similar issue with control. Yeah, isn't that something of light? I think that was adapted from phone. Click and swipe to move. Yeah, that's just lazy adaptation. Lara Croft Go. Oh, it's a different one, right? But I know what it was. There is a Hitman game like that as well, isn't there? Because you can play it on the go. It's a better name than I Lara Croft. But just barely. Oh! Ooh, gamer! Doing this on the mouse. It's not easy. I haven't seen this because your people complain the controls don't work. I bet. I am looking at the game and trying to keep an eye on where the cursor is on the ball. It's kind of working, but it's demanding on my brain. Oh look, I got a thing while dying. Love it. Shit, I fucked up the screen. Everything is fucked. Hang on. There. Because I clicked and dragged the emulator borders instead. Clearly need to get good. Ah. Shitty controls exist. I clicked outside of the trackball. And the problem is when it requires finesse. We die, we respawn, we win. Okay, we can't do the final boss, but let's get the heart. Because we use the heart for the boss fight, so this boss fight is even gonna get easier. Okay. I know there's a kiwi there, I don't care. My hand is hurting a little bit from just click drag all the time. carpal tunnel syndrome. No kidding, I actually have a kink in one of my fingers that I'm trying to get fixed. That stuff is no joke. Take care of your joints, friends. I gotta kill it. And Tez is like, ha ha ha! Is my... It is, I was gonna say, is my controller even connected anymore? No one wants a kinky finger. I knew someone was gonna make that joke. I regretted using the word kink as soon as... It is a correct word, but I know you guys... You have your mind on the gutter. It's kind of like national sport for you guys to have your mind in the gutter all the time. Hello there, Abstractism. Welcome in, my friend. Game is... one of the best test games ever made, which makes it mediocre overall. That's not bad, just the controls are shit because mouse. 7th streak, congratulations my friend. You need to find something good to watch one of these days. Monty Python National Lampoon. I watched Monty Python as a kid. The movies we didn't have access to the regular show. Freaking loved it ever since I was a kid. Ah, shit. Tez is the only devil you like. What about the Megami Tensei summons that we got? It has some pretty good devils. Jesus, stop, stop, stop. National Lampoon, I think the only... I don't know if I know National Lampoon. Isn't there a movie with a vacation? But when that movie was released down here, I think it was a popular movie down here. It didn't have National Lampoon as part of the title because no one knew that. So for it, right, I think I'm right that for you guys was a movie based on a pre-existing intellectual property. For us was just its own isolated thing. National Lampoon Vacation. Yeah, the name here was just like Frustrated Vacations or something generic like that. It was the first and only time those characters existed for the vast majority of us. There's a second movie, I don't even remember that. It's an appropriate name. It was something like that. Shit. Okay, we start here. Just have one more guy. Finish the stage. There we go. We got the 5th heart. You get it right then. Surprised how reasonably Europe got depicted in it. Film Pool was a magazine. He lost his name to a bunch of crappy comedy movies later. Oh, okay. I literally had no idea. Because of course it wasn't a thing down here. Which is why it didn't get the name of the magazine for our release. They made you laugh, not that they were good. It's just like this guy called Cooper that you laugh at sometimes. Doesn't mean that I'm good at it. Reasonable. Yeah. That thing is broken, that thing is broken, that thing is also broken. Can I fix them somehow? What are you doing? There is a health here. Okay. Oh, it's a boss with an underground part. Oh, I think I had to click all the things. Probably to fix... Yeah, we fixed that one. Okay, interesting boss fight. So if you fix everything, you can do the boss a lot faster than what we did there. Oh, hi. Having extra hearts does make the boss fight easier. Oh, I can't hit it while it's like that. It's a very specific, only on the regular mechanics. Okay, I'm nearly dead. Okay, I got all 4. Okay, hopefully I can get it without dying. Yeah, they're all fixed. You don't have to show it to me. Oh, they're all broken. Oh, so it doesn't matter how many you fix. Ah, shit, if you hit the leg. I think I have to go under it to trigger the phase? Maybe I don't? Right, just don't be in front of it. As long as you're behind, it can't hit you. Mel Brooks, yes. Caddyshack is not funny. I've said that before. Like, people talked about Caddyshack and I was curious and I never watched it. I went to watch it and it was garbage. Unfunny garbage. I think you need to be on a very specific mindset to enjoy it. Not one that I could get in. Yeah, think of the GGs. I like this song. Jungle. Very generic. The worlds are forest, desert, jungle. They could have come up with no names of places. Probably something we agree on. Yeah, no, I went in with the best hopes for Caddyshack. It was forced. I thought it was, yeah, maybe I'm too un-American to enjoy it. Oh, this is lava, okay. It's not the shit we can walk on top of, spin on top of. Yes, Tess. Yeah, we got an extra life. Now we have 39, which is kind of a good number. I think 39 helps us a lot. Okay, I got the Kiwi. Not that I care. Monty Python film is one of those only people who quote and reference Life from Bright Holy Girl endlessly. Yeah! Join the club, we got jackets. Okay, I haven't done this mechanic in a while. Because I haven't had platforms like that in a while. This is a very naughty boy. Oh, there is a... Oh shit. There is an extra life up there. He has a life, you know? You know what she's called? To this day, I have a group of friends on WhatsApp, which is what every Brazilian uses, that has been in use for probably a decade by now, and it's still called Biggest Dickus. No one has bothered changing the name. It was just yeah, it would be fun if the name of the group was this, and it's just there forever. Shit, this is going to get tricky and annoying. It's gonna get true annoying. A tricky. Do you have a water filter made of clay in our home? No, but those are very Brazilian. It's considered... It's actually kind of considered fancy and vintage to have one of those. Down here. Who's keeping WhatsApp alive? Even everything in Brazil is done over WhatsApp, communications wise. Like, you want a doctor's appointment, it's WhatsApp. You want freaking job interview, WhatsApp. Like, work communication for me, WhatsApp. Time to get one. They're presumably very good. I have been in use here in Brazil ever since I was a kid. So, you know, before the pyramids. I clicked off screen again. I'm always surprised. At some point, I'm gonna be trying to spin Tez around, and I'm gonna ban someone by accident. I apologize in advance. Incontinentia. Incontinentia buttocks. I'm gonna buy pot, local game pub. Oh, that's the name of the pub, okay. Water, connecting a water filter to the internet. People are getting, people nowadays, I don't know why they subject themselves to it. People apparently are finding themselves in situations where they can't grab a drink of cold water in the middle of the night without having ads served to their eyeballs because of smart fridges with screens. Like, what's the point of paying more for a thing that's going to be a dick to you? Your boss at a job about 8 years ago asked for your WhatsApp. At that point, thought it was just a thing that drug dealers used. No, here in Brazil, you'll solve all of your problems using WhatsApp. Except payment. They wanted to have people use WhatsApp Pay. And they thought they had it. They thought they were gonna just roll over. And then Brazilian government came up with a payment system that is perfect and free. And I think WhatsApp and other companies kind of tried to lobby because they wanted, you know, to be what Visa and MasterCard are. And they just got served, get wrecked. They have smoke CO2 detectors that have Wi-Fi and can play music. I have a friend that has a shower that can play music, but you just stick a SD card on it. It's not connected to the internet.
Thank you.
End of the stage here. Necrane, thank you so... Thank you so much for the raid, my friend. Welcome everyone from Necrane's channel. I'm Colpert. I stream from Sundays to Fridays. We have been doing Looney Tunes retrospective for way too long. We're getting close to finishing it. 10 games left. This is game number 94 out of 103. Galactic Taz Ball. Doesn't have Looney Tunes in the title, actually. And yeah, welcome everyone from Necrane's channel. I stream from Sundays to Fridays. How are you doing, my friend? Playing PS2 games. Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. Was that good? That one is not as memed about as some other ones, so that might be decent. Not CO2, carbon monoxide, because autocorrect doesn't like the nomenclature. Oh, okay. We don't have those detectors. Carbon monoxide, fire, smoke detectors. We don't have that down here. No one does have it. The entire concept of something beeping in your house for years because people refuse to change the batteries on it. It's not a thing that people are aware of down here. It's good when your PS3 doesn't have a mind of its own. Oh. You have a sentient controller, I'm sorry to hear. And play the roof is on fire. One of those games with pressure input. Oh. See, people call that innovation, or call it a gimmick, and it makes the games worse. Thank you for proving my point. It just makes it impossible to have precise inputs. Yeah. It's a gimmick, and therefore I don't like it. You guys are allowed to like it. Alright, I don't. You see why they bothered? Because innovation! Nobody liked them. Well, they say the same about motion controls, but a lot of people liked those back in the day. And now they make it more difficult to properly emulate Wii games. Aren't there many all these floating platforms in lava? Well, it's because of the Martian invasion. That explains everything. I don't have a problem with analog triggers. I think they can be well used in certain situations. And I do dislike the fact that the Switch doesn't have them. So technically you should play Shaolin Monk on copy because it's mainly done with copy in mind. Well, I've single played some games like that. What was the game that had co-op recently? Oh, it was that... Shit, we played a game recently that had co-op. And I was curious about it. Was it one of the... I think it was... Oh, Acme Arsenal was probably fun with co-op. Kind of like in a Lego kind of situation. What? Okay, they can't go over the lava because of the power-up. Hello, Michigan. To unlock shoulder buttons to digital ones, that is good. Yeah. Because then you open up racing games properly. I clicked off the thing again because these controls are annoying. And then I can't see what's going on. Oh yes, the GameCube. If you search for GameCube on Wikipedia, it will redirect you. Or so I've heard. There we go. Yeah, I am very excited for those things that are not going to be for sale in my country. Ever. I'm really happy about the new Steam controller that I can't buy. They said they were gonna try to join more markets. Press X to doubt. I mean, maybe they will. They will go to Zimbabwe and say, look, we're doing it. And that's it, just Zimbabwe. Nothing against Zimbabwe, they deserve their hardware, but I just wish I could have it too. Everyone has collectively agreed on a name, of course it is. Look, the videos on the GameCube, funny, the videos complain the thing is not powerful enough. That's what we want. No, I've said that, like, people like to bitch about the Series S because it's underpowered. The only reason some games got any kind of optimization at all is because they had to support the Series S. We want devs and publishers to be forced to support weaker hardware. It's still stronger than the computers of 70% of people who play games on Steam, according to their own survey data. So no, it's stronger than it has to be. People complaining about it are on the top 30% and they don't realize it. I am on the top 30% of computer hardware. And I still want games to run on a toaster because I want accessibility. What? I tried to stop my movement. I couldn't. What? Maybe Tectoy will build Steam hardware in Brazil. No, I don't think Tectoy does anything, much of anything nowadays. And I don't want stuff built by Brazilian white label companies. They have been lobbying for bigger import costs since forever. So everything down here is more expensive because of fucking white label companies that provide no value whatsoever. Yes, the Steam Machine, yes. Like, the Steam Machine is not for me. I would like to consider the Deckard if I, depending on the price, at least be able to consider it, because right now I can't consider it because it's not gonna be sold down here anyway. And I would probably be interested in a Steam controller. You don't care about 4K 120 Hz full settings. I mean, I think 4K is dumb. I say that as someone that did game on 4K for a bit. I realized I was stressing myself over nothing. I got a 1440p monitor now, I couldn't be happier. Like, if you offered to trade this for a 4K monitor for free, I wouldn't take it. The majority doesn't care. Yeah. Like, higher refresh rates, until you actually see it, you don't need it. If you have gamed on 60 Hz your entire life, you should stay on it. Right? If you decide to upgrade, realize that you're gonna have to incur in higher costs for the rest of your life. And some games are still gonna not support it anyway. I didn't want to come here. I thought this was the end of the stage. Do the things. They do respawn, okay. It's very expensive to import things down here. It does end up costing at least double, if not triple. And then you have no support. If it breaks, it breaks. You're buying it from some dickhead. You might get just a brick in the box. I did import the first Steam controller. I did manage to find it at a reasonable price. Alright, Echoing, thank you once again for the raid. Have a good sleep, my friend. Yeah, I think the Steam Machine, like, it's not for me. I have no use for it. But I think it might have a very positive impact on gaming in general. Even though, like, most people who bought a Steam Deck were Steam users before they got a Steam Deck. So it's not as big of an impact as people think. But I think that overall still, like, having like a standardized PC that devs and publishers can target other than a Steam Deck, over time is gonna do good things for gaming and for gaming on Linux and just accessibility in general. Hopefully it is, like, and that's something that people mention, like, have the first Steam Machine be a standard, simple, affordable thing, and then maybe they later then can release a pro version that has higher specs. That's for later. You shouldn't target that. You don't want devs to be straight up on, oh no, our game only supports the pro version. No, make them sweat to actually support this shit properly. Reasonable, affordable hardware. Instead of just, yeah, no, we're gonna put DLSS in the game and call it a day. No, you fucking lazy piece of shit. I hope it doesn't have an Nvidia card in it. I have an Nvidia card, I can use DLSS, but I hope it doesn't, so devs can't rely on DLSS for it. I know that AMD has its own solutions for that, with different names. But I want real frames. Oh, I can avoid damage by stomping as the boulder crosses does. Interesting. History has shown for game hardware options don't work. Yeah, that too. No, we are in agreement. Don't have a computer ready to Steam machine for cheap, or cheap is an open standard that everyone can copy. Yeah, it also helps drive the industry in a more standard direction, so gaming computers might end up being cheaper just on virtue of the Steam machine existing. Like with those portable PCs that followed on the Steam Deck. You can bet those wouldn't exist, so they would be more expensive. So even if you don't have a Steam Deck, you benefited from it existing. I mean, anyone who cares about PC gaming in general has benefited from it. All those brand new customers that don't already have the games everyone has already. That too. Oh, this is gonna be tricky. Okay. It's a good thing we have a lot of health. Essentially, PC targeting a home theater experience. It does hard to modify yourself. Steam machine it was. No, they say that on their page already. It's a PC where it literally says, who are we to tell you what to do with your own PC? So yeah, buy it, install Windows on it if you want to. It's fine. The wings. Oh, jeez, did he say oh, jeez? Probably not. That would be funny. Half-Life 1 and 2 and such go on sale every Steam sale. They do, yes. Only 47 lives. I have to be 48 now. I have to be careful. It'll be hard to change the specs. Keeping Linux on it because Windows sucks dick. Windows has been sucking a lot of dick, yes. But you have to remember, chat, it's an agentic OS that makes it superior to non-agentic OSs. Last couple of weeks have been... I've only been on Windows for streaming. I've been on Linux otherwise. But I still have a bug that if I turn off my monitor, it fucks up everything. I have to hard reset the computer if I turn off the monitor. Oh, I had to drop, okay. Yeah. If I turn off the last monitor that is connected to my computer, and then I turn it back on, the signal doesn't come, and switching the TTY doesn't fix it. I have to hard reset. Whenever I want to test it, I open up a terminal, I type in sudo reboot, I turn off the monitor, I turn it back on, it doesn't work, I press enter to reboot. My workaround is to have a second monitor connected but off, and these monitors behave differently. This one, when it turns off, it gets disconnected from the computer. This one, when it turns off, it just turns off. So I have this monitor connected but disabled on Linux. When I turn this one off, the main one, it sends the signal to that one. So when I turn this one, it comes back. So it never crashes like that. I opened up a forum post asking for help on that. Of course, no one cares, so... Haha, monitor. We forgot about the flame emote. Yeah, they are there. Chuckle because of the lower decks reference. Have to wonder, did they design these when you fall off, you lose a life, in testing Purgatory for setting stuff falling off, so they got rid of that? That's probably yes. They probably kept adding more and more extra lives, but people kept falling off, so they just, yeah. Monitor or monitor? Do you guys want to start calling it monitor? Is that the correct pronunciation? Monitor. Down here we pronounce it monitor. Oh, that thing is actually moving. Interesting. There's actually very little in this game that actually damages you. It's just hitting an enemy. Or touching lava, stuff like that. Don't even lose health when you fall off. I think people fell off a lot during testing. What the fuck does agentic mean? It means that it's based on agents. Because AI. It's an OS that knows what you need before you do. Instead of the OS being like old Windows where it says, where do you want to go today? It tells you where you want to go. You can ask it, where do I want to go today, Windows? And it will answer. And then they can sell you a subscription. So you can have a friend. Can you at least tell your co-pilot to have a specific personality? That would be good for people who care. You say display, monitor. The only thing Windows knows is how to piss you off. There are a few things that... Here's the thing, there are things that Windows does better than Linux. And there are things about Linux that piss me off. That has always been true. Oh, the health is a full heal. Interesting. But the thing is... Windows is catching up to Linux on pissing me off. It is surpassing Linux in several fields. So it's like, and I've said this before, I have a text file of things that I need to do to Linux to make it work. Yeah, you need a text file just to know the commands that you need to run to make the sound card send audio properly. The thing is, I also have a text file of things that I have to do to Windows to make it work properly. And the Windows text file is 5 times longer. So it's not that Linux is good, it's that Windows is shit. They both suck in different ways, choose your poison. One of my main problems with Linux is that shit stops working randomly. Like stuff that was working suddenly isn't. It happens a lot to me. And then I have to keep fidgeting with workarounds. Which is part of the Linux experience. If you're not willing to do that, you probably shouldn't bother. I know people are like, oh... People like to say, no, Linux is ready. For most people, you can use Linux, it doesn't matter unless you need something specific that only runs in Windows. No, I think that for most normal people, it's not quite there. I don't think you can recommend Linux to someone who is absolutely unable to use the terminal. I don't think it's optional. If you're a macOS user for most of your life, you have a built-in superiority complex. Are you guys gonna tell with the name guy, or do I tell him? I have used macOS for work. You know why I used macOS for work? Because I was paid to, literally. Like, you can't pay me to use macOS. I'm not using macOS unless I'm being paid to use it. It's horrible. Everything about it is horrible and backwards. At least the terminal, it's still like a BSD system, so at least it's not... I was gonna use a very bad word that we do use in Brazil, but it's not okay in English. At least it's the terminal subsystems are not completely stupid and demented. OG Mac Gamer back in the 90s. Nerd! Yeah, Mint is very Windows-like. I think it is the one I recommended. Like, I had a friend that wanted to switch from Windows because Windows was fucking up something. And they wanted to go for this weird-ass distro, and I was like, well, if you want to try that one, I wouldn't recommend it. They didn't like it. Then they tried... Oh, they tried Mint. There was something they didn't like about Mint. They landed on Kubuntu. Which, you know, is not the worst choice for someone who's not too good at computers. They are decent at computers, but not decent enough to deal with something like Arch. Because Arch is for horrible people like me. You're on Mac right now, you guess you have to leave now. No, you can stay! I'm not angry at you, I'm not despising people who use macOS. I pity you that you have to go through that. It's no way to live. I had to use it for college, I had to use it for work. macOS does a lot of things differently for the sake of being different. It's one thing to do things differently because you believe they are better. macOS does things differently just because they are different. Arch is for single people or people who are divorced. I have a very good friend that is very happily married and happens to use Arch. They're even expecting a child. Should I be worried? Should I tell them? We have Arch right now. I use Endeavor OS, which is Arch for people who have to work. And you can't spend the entire day fiddling with shit. Because I like everything about Arch except Arch itself. So Endeavor OS kind of fits the bill for me. I clicked outside the window again. There are exceptions, okay. You're playing of games? Yeah, Bungie. There are some certified bangers on the Mac. Also, the Mac has the best version of Prince of Persia 2. What is this song, though? Sorry to you, most artists you know are miserable and or divorced. Were they already miserable and divorced when they started with Arch? Like, what is... which one caused which? Prince of Persia 2. I have learned recently that I'm probably the only person that likes that game. I mean, don't play the SNES version, of course. But I still have I still have that game on a disc. I played it as a kid. I enjoyed it. Marathon. I know Marathon was Pathways into Darkness, which is a very good game. I mean, you want to see a bunch of Mac games, you can watch Games with Johnny. He has several. Oh, thank you for dropping me into death. I know you're supposed to do this and grab the other one. Again. I misclicked because... Oh, got a checkpoint. Oh, but then you die. Pathways into Darkness is a lot of fun. I always wanted to play that game. I'm glad I streamed it last October. Precursor to Halo, yes. Marathon has one particular stage that even the original creators believe is absolutely jacked because of the timings of these platforms. I think Necrain knows all about that, but they're already asleep. Remember the time you attempted to those bright, colorful iMacs? I mean, if you told me back then that they don't run Windows or DOS programs, I would be then, what's the point? I buy the computer for the software, not the other way around. Did you guys know that there are people that buy Macs and go into their little app store and spend money there? That boggles my mind so freaking much. Why would you do that? It's a computer, it's not a phone. Doing that on a phone already sounds absurd to me. Did you guys know there are people that spend money on phone apps? Why? I saw these light shows the other day. Look, I'm making my first macOS software. No, it was like, look, I made my first calculator. And it's on macOS. And it was like, he pressed like 2 + 6 and he pressed equals and a window opened. It's like $2.99 for one-time purchase or $99 for an annual subscription. And then you pay, payment processed successfully, and then it gives you the result. Why do you mean it only has one button? Is this for babies? They had baby music in those Mac versus PC adverts. Yeah, that... I clicked outside the window. That having a single mouse button was literally to be different. It has no purpose. That kind of shit is just so dumb. Like the freaking mouse that is wireless that cannot be used while charging because it looks bad. So the port is on the bottom. So it doesn't look bad. Like why would you accept that? People accept that. Stupid as have a single fire button controller for this thing. Yeah, I guess. And you know what's funny? The ones with no button, you just click the entire mouse. Hang on. I couldn't find it, but I think I have one of those. The Magic Mouse. It is a mouse with a touch sensor, so it's like a glass top and you can left click or right click, but it's just one button physically. Just so it's fancy or stupid. I didn't buy it. I have it because I have some stuff from my old job that just happened to stay with me. Like I have a MacBook that barely works. It's like 15 years old. I think I have a Magic Mouse. I think I have a Mac Mini or whatever it was called, those boxes that have rounded corners. Then I have a Wacom tablet. Bunch of stuff that I kind of inherited. You have a 10-year-old Magic Mouse that runs on batteries, no charging port. Yeah, they use batteries. The one we had used batteries. Okay, I survived. Mac Mice with entire top rocks forward to click. And no, the Magic Mouse, it does have a physical click. The entire top does come down. But it still has a touch capacitive thing. Conductive. Resistive. I don't remember now anymore. That's the Magic Mouse I had. We had a Mac at where I worked, but it was before their stupid crap with their processors recently, so it was Intel. So I just installed Windows on it, because of course I did. Like, why would I? Like, I couldn't use Linux for work at the time. But certainly wouldn't be using macOS. Ancient tech, yeah. I think we can all agree that Apple peaked at the iPod. The one with the little hard drive. 80 gigs of storage. And I just fell through. And then it comes back here. I'm trying to stop to land on the platform. But for that I have to get in there at low speed. Because we're dropping. This one is above. Like that. Okay, got it. This looks like it's also dropping. Yeah. Your last mini pod has something like 200. Yeah, no, it's... I'm talking about this one. I still have it, it probably still works. This one. 80 gigs. Freaking loved this thing. I might charge it just to see if it turns on. Play breakout on that shit. Yeah, it has a thing. You guys remember these stupid ass connectors? Freaking hated this so freaking much. Alright, if it blows, if the stream dies, it's because this exploded. Please! It actually showed, please wait, low battery, very low battery. You bought a Zune. I mean, the Zune was a sweet device, like, it's not your fault, it's Microsoft's fault. I forgot to grab my controller, I couldn't stop spinning. Who the hell makes a stylus-heavy game like this and still requires use of the buttons? Pick a lane. Ah! Never got it to work properly because of the concluded software. Yeah, you prefer when software is like unfinished, right? I guess. Yeah, I'd have to find... I'm sure there are plenty of open source alternatives to put music inside an iPod. But I'd have to get the music. I used to have an MP3 called... Well, there is music in it still. It's not the stuff that I listen to nowadays, though. Man, I bet I would go in and... I bet I would go in there and be like, man, I used to listen to some lousy shit. Yeah, there's probably some very cringy music in there. Oh. Oh, Sid test. Tamagotchi is a true pocket device. I had a cheap-ass Tamagotchi knockoff. Every kid around here had one. Okay, end of the stage. Good, because I was nearly dead. I have to conserve my lives. I only have 53. Can I... Are they running away from me? I think they are. Can you... There we go. So how long used our mini disc play was very late to MP3 players. I didn't use a lot of my disc player just because I didn't have a lot of CDs By the time I could burn my own discs, I could also get an MP3 player, I guess. I have to take damage here. No alternative to get out of here. Oh. Sometimes Tez sounds disappointed that he took damage. I clicked off screen. Ah, this input. He does a little eating animation there. Was a Sony thing, the disc is tiny, almost floppy disk like case. I still have my... Still have my CD player. Extra life, good. Very important. We only have five extra lives. Might not be extra, maybe 0 doesn't count as a life. To learn if it does or not, we'd have to spend 3 hours dying. And not just any dying, it has to be damage taking dying. For science, yeah.
Sword.
The very sciencey thinky, yes. Gonna learn today. Learning. I don't do a lot of that these days. I mean, what have we learned? Looney Tunes games. If I had learned anything, I wouldn't be doing this. Have you learned that test games are bad? Apparently not. I'm still playing one. $56. I just realized, of course, it's an iPod, it doesn't support Bluetooth. I have to get an old ass wired headset or something. How quaint. I could do that, go out with one of those and some white wired earphones. Be all hipster about it. It came with a rubbery case, but the thing just came undone from old age. I had to hit the thing I didn't. Learn that we moved the kitchen sinks nobody told you, so you sold the display. And the kitchen sink. Oh, I was too fast. Okay, less fast, because otherwise I don't hit that jumper. Tez voices are always the best part of Tez games. I think we are well in agreement. What a segment! Woohoo! 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 That's almost Daffy Duck levels of woohoo. Oh, the boss, the end of the stage, not boss, but. Alright, we got one more extra life, an extra heart, and now we go for the boss fight. The boss fights are quite interesting, actually. Yes, load the level. Okay. I like that they're very different. There was a extra heart there, but yeah. I mean, the boss doesn't kill you, it just takes a heart away. Oh, I died? Apparently I died. Okay, only 56 more lives. Shit, I have to be careful. Look at this music. Ow. Oh, that was it? Oh, okay. Oh, no, there's still things. You know who it was too, because he'd be the only one to relocate something and not tell the guy that is in charge of inventory. That's optional, right? I wonder if we get a checkpoint if we die here. Oh. Input. Input is jacked. I have no control over most of this. I mean, I do, but it's very finicky. I'm just glad we got the extra hearts. And now it's angry. Was very cool, calm, and collected before. Now it's angry. We have offended it. We have mouth farted in its face. That's it, probably. Yeah, all the bosses are 3 hits, which is very modern design. Alright. You win. Tundra. Okay, no ice physics, right? No ice physics. I mean, the movement is already very slippery anyway. I think there is an extra life there. Or something. Ow. Yeah. Yep. Unsanctioned. Will I be... How do you... What? It's gone? I think it's gone. Prediction ended. Okay. Alright, just because it's right here. Nobody voted. You predictions don't work on a channel this small. Sorry. Sometimes they do, but too busy suffering by using a mech. Yeah. Poor one for poor Deterlevas. At least you're in good health, that's what matters. I'd rather play a test game than use a Mac computer. I went there, yeah. Can't blame you for trying. Of course not. I do appreciate it. I normally do. I have to change what is normal. It's not serving me too well. Tch. There we go. Huzzah! I mean, if I can just walk here, why would I bother with the spring? Did you really fail that hard, Tess? Really? Just thank you. You don't want to waste time, you ended up wasting time. Typical. Really help you remember to make it longer than 30 seconds. Yeah, whenever I did a poll, whenever I did a gamba, I ran it for like a few minutes. Because you have to realize that not only do I not have a truckload of viewers, I do appreciate all of you. But my viewers tend to like be doing something else and just listening. So I had to give them time to realize there's a prediction going. I clicked off again! Only 60 lives left. Yeah, getting worried. I mean, I'm sure it's inconsequential. What happens if you run out of lives? Does it delete your save file? Like, it's just gonna have you restart the level from scratch. With 5 lives. I have a loop back from Twitch playing behind my setup that I glance at sometimes. It hasn't buffered. Seems very solid. And I have dropped no frames this stream. Sorry to hear you're having trouble. The other day there was... The other day I wanted to watch, I don't remember who it was, and they kept buffering, although everyone else was watching them just fine. And then every single other streamer I tried to watch was fine. Sometimes Twitch does weird stuff like that, where I have trouble with some specific streamers for some reason. Just you, I'm sorry. Yeah, we got 4 Kiwis, so we unlocked a lot of stages. We could rush through this. I don't know, maybe we should rush, then I could finish this game today. We wouldn't have to come back to it tomorrow. It's not like seeing every level is going to... It's not like the other ice stages are gonna be very creatively different, gonna have mini bosses or anything. And then if the boss happens to be too hard, I can't come back and get that extra health. Shortchanging you, alright, alright. Full playthrough in 2 parts it is. Yeah, so fair, if you're gonna be an ass, at least be a refreshing ass. Yeah, Jinkito, that's exactly what I mentioned I had. Buffering and stuttering on one specific stream, but not the others. Even though their stream was fine. Got the one up. Refreshing us. Alex Kids, the fresh maker. Did that thing just kill itself? Dropping off the face, the world. Ah, I clicked off. And you know I'm saying the truth when I click off because you can see my mouse cursor flying off the window. $64 lives. There is a... I don't need the kiwi, but if I get it I can skip stages. But you guys don't want me to skip stages though. Yeah, I selected chat trying to click and drag on the thing. You know, but I shouldn't be surprised that a licensed Nintendo DS game ends up being gimmicky. I'm disappointed, not surprising. Not surprised. Hurry! Okay, that doesn't delete me. Does a little bit of damage, it's fine. It's fine. You know what, for a 3D game on the DS, the art is kind of okay. That thing pushed me. What would my favorite DS game be? I really like the DS version of Dragon Quest IV. I like Elite Beat Agents. I really like the Professor Layton games. I like the Ace Attorney games, although they were originally on the GBA. As far as gimmicky games go, Cookie Mama was fun. Oh, I really liked Mario and Luigi Partners in Time as well. They all went down one. Was I clicking outside of the green sphere? Maybe. There is a Dragon Ball game on the DS that I think is pretty good. I want to play it. It's like original Kid Goku Dragon Ball. Bravely Default, no, I want to play that game, but I'm not gonna be playing it on the DS. Was it originally on the DS? The DS has plenty of good games. Just problem is it has a lot of games, so it sometimes can be difficult to find the good stuff in there, just like the Wii. I kind of liked The World Ends With You. Oh, Dawn of Sorrow. Dawn of Sorrow is amazing. Is it easier this way? The herbs. Oh, you know what game is fun on the DS? It is, of course, an adapted version. The DS version of Civilization is fun. You guys remember that Xbox 360 version of Nintendo DS Revolution? Of Civilization Revolutions, I think it was. What about the Sonic BioWare RPG for the DS? Order of Ecclesia. Is an Order of Ecclesia GBA? Aren't the DS ones Dawn of Sorrow and Portrait of Ruin? I think. It's gonna be a lot of VJing here. Well, we have another 8 stages plus 2 bosses to go through with this game, since we're not skipping. The third DS is Order of Ecclesia, okay. I have to get to... I'm playing the Castlevania games in order, although I did play a few out of order before, of course. Next one is that Castlevania... What is it called? Adventures or something? The one that has a remake on the Wii. Was for the Game Boy, I think. It's the next one on my list. Dark Express, a dungeon crawler by Atlas. Oh, that sounds good. I mentioned before, it's a roguelike, which means I enjoy play it once, but I'm never gonna finish it. But the DS version of Shooting the Wanderer is fantastic. It has the... Oh, we walked through the scenery. It has the mini-map on the second screen, instead of being an overlay, which works pretty well. If you like roguelikes, Shooting the Wanderer on the DS is a good one. What? What happened? Did I click outside? I don't even know what happened. Yeah, streaming Nintendo DS games is not something I want. I think I did... Hang on. Yeah. I did click outside. Streaming Nintendo DS games is not something I want to do. In general, I don't think they are good for streaming. Spinny teleport puzzles. Those can be tiring. Alien Infestation. I don't think I've heard of that one. I did get it. There we go. Okay, I almost unclicked it. Oh, shit. Oh, these little computers are checkpoints. Interesting. I managed to... I don't know how you can jump and then land off the platform. What do you jump off from? Like your legs were in the air, but you managed to jump. These controls are horrible. And it's difficult to complain because, again, I'm on a PC. So it's my own fault for... Okay, do I get a checkpoint? I do. Okay, we made enough progress, I guess, for a checkpoint. Okay, not there then, I guess. I tried to click on the top screen. Yeah, so fair. We have discussed that. I don't think it's good. Stylus-driven trackball. This would have been a fun game at the arcade than actual trackball, probably. But then people will be dying so much. Okay, apparently I lost a life back to 66 and he played Phoenix right. Yes! Yes, that's what I've mentioned, the Ace Attorney ones. They're probably the only visual novels that I actually like. They're a lot of fun. Can be very surprising. Lots of turnabout stuff. You like controlling, you like the feeling of controlling a princess. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm glad you have figured yourself out. Be the princess you know you are. Ah, shit. Yeah, trackballs do offer a lot of precision and smoothness that is just lost on the touchscreen like that. Yes, Tess. I know exactly how that feels. Okay, we got a Kiwi. I didn't even see it. So it always feels weird to get a big fanfare and you don't know what you did to deserve it. I clicked out! There we go. Princess controls not interested. Is that an America you want to live in where you can't even let your inner princess go? Well, that's tricky. Okay! But where is the place I want to be at? Oh, this is the most... Okay, this is different. We never finish the stage going left. I almost dropped off, apparently. Ah, that was so close. Okay, we got a checkpoint right here. Lucky. Where on earth is on Tez's head? Oh, it's like it showed up on one of the when we first went into one of the stages. It showed it's like this a metal helmet that is designed to prevent him from seeing, so you have to guide him. You can't move him directly. Ball chain. I've seen characters announce the abilities they're using. That's the first time I've seen someone announce the abilities they're taking damage from. Ball chain! Nice, good job. He's like very supportive of others trying to damage him. Sci-fi blindfold, yes. We got all 5! But that doesn't unlock the boss. Does that mean we get an extra? View. Snowy landscape concept art. Extras, chat. You can look at that. Exciting. Okay, I have time for one more. Screen size is that of a Game Boy. I mean, to each their own. I'm glad you're enjoying Game Boy viewing a DS game. Oh, I'll have to rush here. It's so rare to get a test game without jumping, though. It's also strange to get, oh, an extra life, I need it. It's strange to get a butt stomp with no jumping as well. Feels illegal. Did I get a checkpoint from that? I did. Oh, I think this ice has ice physics. Not all of the stage, just those icy parts. Alright, yeah, I shouldn't be surprised. How? We got nice lives. Yes, thank you for pointing it out. Oh, I have to go over here. I thought these were like walls for some reason. There we go. I don't want to have an obscene number of lives. This is a family string. And then immediately dies. Is that a normal sound? Is that a glitch? Like something stepping? Or maybe it's something that we couldn't see, but like an enemy. Wasn't the first time that happened. Like, there. Maybe it's this machine that sounds like that. I shouldn't, I did anyway. Okay, checkpoint, thank you. If you say checkpoint, the game is legally required to give you one. If you don't say anything, then you kind of lose your chance. Checkpoint! Ah, too late. I think my microphone might not be working correctly again. You know what? This is probably the best song in the game. It's not good, but it's probably the best. I tried pressing buttons to stop him, it didn't work. I did press the button. I saw what happened. Good, finally. Okay, I need... Yeah, so fair, that's how the game sounds right now. More cannons. Go up. There we go. Yeah, of course I did. It did look exactly like that. It sounded like. There is a thing there. A kiwi. You know, if this is fun to play on the device, it might be fun to go for 100% finding the kiwis. They don't seem unreasonable. I think this game might be very decent, despite the controls. It's difficult for me to tell because here the controls are horrible. And the fact that you can be like spinning a lot and stop by stomping is actually good because it allows you to recover control at any time. So it's probably, all things considered, it's probably the best spinning ability to control spinning in a test game. Oh no. Okay, here, go, there we go. And I think this is the end. Yeah. Okay. All right. We have 6 stages and 2 bosses left to go. But I'm gonna be... Yeah, you can't change the difficulty. I'm glad it's fine. I'm gonna pause the timer here. And we're gonna come back to this game tomorrow.